Madam Secretary, great to have you back. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
The president talks about some of the longer-term structural remedies that we can take to alleviate supply chain challenges and inflation. But shorter term, are you continuing to see incremental improvement, the likes of which we've talked about the last couple times we've had you on?
We are, absolutely. We are seeing improvement. You know, I talk to business leaders every single day, big companies, little companies. We've seen a significant improvement in the ports. You know, the administration's efforts there have clearly led to reduced congestion at the ports. We're having good success getting more truck drivers trained and on the road to move goods. We're seeing a little bit of improvement in the semiconductor supply chain with respect to transparency. Although the president is absolutely right. The solution here is for Congress to take action to pass the CHIPS Act, which will stimulate more domestic production of semiconductors. You know, we cannot overestimate how vital semiconductors are to our economy. U.S. automakers made 8 million fewer cars last year than they thought they would. You're seeing that in prices. So I just can't say that enough. We need to make more chips in America, and Congress needs to do its job and get that bill to the president's desk.
I've heard a couple of people look at the president's comments yesterday and also Lena Khan's comments on our air that somehow see it as an argument that corporations are using broad-based inflation as cover to inflate their own margins for self-serving use. Is that what the president's arguing?
I do not think that that is what the president is arguing. Look, here's what I would say broadly. We have a very strong economy. We're the only economy in the world that is stronger now than pre-pandemic. However, we're also dealing with inflation. That's a fact. As the president said, a huge driver of that is the supply chain, lack of supply. So we're being very disciplined, methodical every day in the Biden administration, industry by industry. What's it going to take to increase labor supply, get people back to work, train people, and what's it going to take to increase productive capacity? And that's what we're doing. And look, I'm not saying we're there yet. We know folks are struggling with inflation, but I am actually optimistic that what we are doing now will yield fruit.
Secretary Raimondo, yesterday President Biden said in regards to Russia and the fact that it's amassing military forces on 3 sides of Ukraine, that this, quote, will be the most consequential thing that's happened in the world in terms of war and peace since World War II if Russia were to and Putin were to invade. Now, I realize it's a national security issue right now and a geopolitical one, but we also know national security issues can very quickly become economic ones because depending on how this plays out, it could affect trade flows. It could affect investment dollars. It could affect inflation, especially when we're talking about something like energy prices. So from your standpoint within the administration, how are you gaming this scenario out right now?
Yes, so the president's been very clear about our position, and he's been very clear with Russia about our position. And we will be prepared for every eventuality. The United States of America will stand up, as the president has said. And, of course, we're doing our planning now. We've already been in touch with business leaders. And my department, the whole of government response, we're preparing for every eventuality to make sure we protect the American people and protect American businesses.